Xiaomi is the Chinese company that constantly challenges the concept of flagship smartphones by producing some devices that have some top-shelf specs, premium design, and a very low price. The Xiaomi Mi 5S is one of those phones, but how does it stack up against the 8-month-old Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge? My name is Linus, stay tuned to find out. Just before we start, I have made dedicated reviews, camera tests, and some other videos of these phones. All the links will be down below in the video description. First of all, the price. The prices of the Mi 5S start at around $330 via the third-party resellers. The Galaxy S7 Edge still costs at least twice as much, despite the fact that it was released back in March. When it comes to the design, we have a little bit different approaches here, but let's talk about the similarities first. Both phones look and feel premium, but the Mi 5S has unibody metal design as opposed to the glass on the Galaxy S7 Edge, which attracts fingerprints and smudges very quickly. But you can always wash those smudges out, as the Galaxy S7 Edge is water resistant, which is very convenient. Both devices have capable selfie shooters, notification LED lights, and fingerprint scanners on the front. The Xiaomi Mi 5S is a clear winner when it comes to the fingerprint security, as it is simply faster and more reliable. The Mi 5S ships with just 5.15 inches 1080p display, but the 7 Edge is not that larger despite the fact that it has a 5.5 inches 2K resolution panel. Speaking of those displays, both are great, but the Galaxy S7 Edge has a better overall panel, which looks sharper, punchier, and it is more visible outdoors. When it comes to optics, we have 12-megapixel Sony shooters on both devices. The Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge has an edge since it has a built-in optical image stabilization and a much brighter f1.7 aperture as opposed to the f2.0 aperture found on the Xiaomi Mi 5S. As for loudspeakers, neither phone will impress you. Still, the Galaxy device has a better sound quality. When it comes to hardware, things are getting interesting since the Xiaomi Mi 5S is a more powerful phone, well, at least on paper. I have the high-end model that sports a brand new Snapdragon 821 chip, 4GB of RAM, and whopping 128GB of internal storage. You can also opt in for a lower-end model that has 3GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Keep in mind, however, that only the high-end model has a pressure-sensitive display. The Galaxy S7 Edge is already 8 months old, but it still rocks some impressive hardware components. My review unit is the EU model, and it sports a home-brewed octa-core Exynos 8890 chip with the clock speeds of up to 2.6 GHz, 4GB of RAM, and 32GB of storage, which is also expandable via the microSD card slot. As expected, both phones can handle anything you throw at them, and the latest 3D games just fly. Xiaomi and Samsung have completely different approaches when it comes to the user interface. The Mi 5S runs on the MIUI 8, which is based on Android 6.0. As usual, we have a ton of customization options, various settings, tweaks, and little features to make the phone look your own. One of the key features is the pressure-sensitive display, which works great with certain apps. It is not a feature that I can't live without, but hey, if you get used to using it, it may increase your productivity. The Galaxy S7 Edge runs on the very familiar TouchWiz UI. We have a bit cartoonish looking icons, a lot of quick setting toggles, and what has become usual to the South Korean manufacturer, quite a lot of features and customization options. One of my favorite features is the always on display, which makes the best out of the power efficient AMOLED technology. Both phones are pretty similar in terms of the UI performance, and everything has been working smoothly without any lag on neither device. When it comes to the image quality, the Galaxy S7 Edge is a better performer in most of the situations, as the pictures usually look sharper and they have more detail. The Galaxy S7 Edge also tends to perform better in low light thanks to the faster lens and optical image stabilization.
Currently I'm shooting with a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. I'm shooting in 4K. This is handheld footage.
Also, the Samsung phone shoots 4K videos that are one of the best on any phone. Still, the Xiaomi Mi 5S does a fairly impressive job both in picture taking and 4K video recording, and it definitely has one of the best cameras in this price range. When it comes to the battery life, both phones perform great. The Xiaomi Mi 5S has a smaller 3100 mAh battery that supports Qualcomm's Quick Charge 3.0, but the phone does not ship with a fast charger. The phone will get you through the day even if you are a heavy user, and you will get at least 2 full days if you are a light user. That translates to over 6 hours of screen time, depending on the usage. The Galaxy S7 Edge has a 3600 mAh battery that can be charged using the supplied fast charger in just around 1 hour and 15 minutes. Also, you can charge the phone wirelessly, which is very convenient in practice. The battery life is very similar on the Galaxy phone. You will get around 2 full days or around 5 or 6 hours of SOT, depending on the usage. So, there we have it, the Xiaomi Mi 5S versus the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Obviously, the S7 Edge is a better phone overall, but the Xiaomi Mi 5S is no slouch at all. Sure, the Galaxy phone has a better camera, water resistance, wireless charging, sharper display, but when I say better, the gap is not always that significant. The Mi 5S is comparable to the Galaxy S7 Edge in some of the departments, and it is even better in others, like 128 gigs of onboard storage or more features in the user interface. Even though the Samsung phone has an edge, the Xiaomi Mi 5S is a very solid phone for half the price. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, please drop me a comment down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow TechLineHD on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you in the next video soon.